Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm getting ready to show a video of replacing the brake calipers for a 2011 Mazda CX-9. Same process for both sides, front driver, front passenger. Getting ready to merge this video. The first 4 minutes of this video will be just showing the removal of it. I've done a brake job on this and then seen that I had a sticking caliper piston. So end up having to do that. So you'll see the first 4 minutes, me merge the video with the continuation of the new brake caliper. So yeah, getting ready to do that. You'll see me bleed it and all that good stuff, and hopefully this video helps you out and you get the job done and tackled. So let's get to the video. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Chris with another video for you guys today. Today I'm on a 2011 Mazda CX-9 Touring, getting ready to change the front brake pads and rotors. So let's get to it. Let's show you what y'all gonna need. So pretty much all you're gonna need is something to compress your caliper back, and you're gonna need a 17 and a 19, I do believe. Yep, 19 millimeter for your rotors back here, your rotor bracket. Got a 19 for that and 17 for your caliper bolts. Okay, so let's get to it. Just break them free. You can use a 3/8 ratchet, but I'm using a 1/2 inch ratchet so I can get this in. And you can use a ratchet wrench or a regular wrench. Okay, move stuff out the way. I'm about to set this camera so I'm not blocking the view. So let's put it about right there. Hopefully that's a good shot. All right, so let's remove these caliper bolts. Righty tighty, lefty loosey on your wrench. Or loose. Some of them say on and off. This one says on and off, made by Icon. So we're going up. Sometimes they're tight and you can't get them off like that. But a few smacks usually will break them free. I've been in here already a couple of days ago. So, did I get my connector? No, I did not. Well, let's spin these on out my hand. Got that one loose. Alright, Mr. Milwaukee, I should get you real quick. Alright, we got one. This is top, and I recommend you put them back in top, bottom, how they come out. These are nice and lubed. I recently lubricated these guys. All right, now you can take a screwdriver, or you can use your hand. Let's push this caliper over some. There we go. And pull her up. Sometimes your rubber bushings come off. It's okay. Just sit to the side and remember to put it back on. All right, let's get this guy up and out the way. Got a caliper hanger here. That way we don't have to disconnect any other lines. All right, so we got those out. These brake pads aren't that bad, but the rotors are, and they're starting to slide. Tried to get some of the glaze off of them, but didn't do anything. So having some sticking issues. Well, the car is basically just sliding it when you're pushing your brakes, but yeah, let's get to it. So if your car is ever sliding when you're pushing your brakes and it's not stopping like it should, then you should definitely get them checked and see what the problem is. So, all right, so we got our 19. We're gonna break these free. You might need some rust penetrant or some W40 or something, but we're gonna use this breaker bar. Hopefully we're okay with that. Let's get her on there, make sure you're on there flush. Got one to break free. Make sure I ain't blocking the cam. And I recommend you use a 6-point so you don't strip anything. And impact socket. Yeah. There we go. That way you don't strip anything and you don't mess up your ratchets or anything like that. So definitely go with a 1/2 inch on your bigger bolts. You can use a 3/8, but definitely go with a 1/2 inch on the back side, because you might snap off the head of your 3/8 ratchet. Okay, so we got those loose. We get a little something to speed up the process. All right, get a good old adapter. And we need some magnet bolts. There we go. Got one here. recommend you do the same top bottom how they came out. Bottom, top. All right. Got this on out of here. Now we should be able. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, Equalize Sound and Auto Repair. Chris back with another video for you guys today. Today I'm getting ready to change the passenger front and driver front brake calipers. Did the brakes yesterday, and after doing the brakes, well, before doing the brakes, we was having some gliding, even though that we were hitting the brakes. So today I get in there after getting the calipers and everything pushed back, found out that one of my pistons have seized. So you got your double piston here, 1, 2, and one of my pistons have seized. So you're gonna see 2 videos of this as far as how to remove the brake caliper. So basically I'm just gonna merge the video to help show you how to replace this guy. Has a tag on here and says if you use your old banjo bolt that it will void the warranty. So definitely use everything new on here when you go back in. So I do recommend separating it because it's heavy and you might have a problem holding it in place while you're replacing everything. But yeah, let's get to it. So everything is still the same. You have your 17 millimeters here for your caliper itself, and then you have your 17 millimeters. Let me make sure and verify. It might be bigger than a 17. I think it's a 19. Let me verify for sure. For your actual bolts for the caliper bracket. So just had that guy. Anyway, let me just go up a size on what I had. And it is a 19 millimeter, which I have somewhere around here. But I'll find that here in a brief moment. I just wanted to find it. And I don't look like I am right now. So let's get to the job. All right, so we already have that off. Let's go ahead and separate this guy. Make sure I got all my impacts and everything I'm going to need. All right. Alright, that's the 21 for your tire, to remove your tire. Alright, so let's separate this guy. That's my 1/2 inch. And you just get an adapter for this guy. Trying to break it free. Sometimes they're stiff, but break them free. I don't know if that's okay. Excuse me. All right, so we got it there. Let's scoop this back a little further. All right, so let's break this guy free as well. You don't have to, but just to make it lighter on you, I would separate it. So let me turn this wheel. All right. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to hold the rotor still because it does move, and hold this caliper bracket on there. Some people can, some people can't. But let's back this on up and out. And I found what I was using, my 19. Alright. Let's back these guys on out. Let's go ahead and pop that off. Don't need it anymore. So before you even remove your brake caliper, should have said that first, you're going to want to clamp it off so it doesn't leak fluid. So I got just a little clamp, some pliers, vice grips, but don't squeeze it too hard. You just want it to close the inside of the middle. So since we got that, let's go ahead and pull these out and mount this bracket back. And these are very, very new. nice and greased. Pop that guy off like that, and let's just separate it like so. Not really hard. The technical part is bleeding it, which we will go through all that. And let's get this set. There we go. And this specific vehicle, I usually do the bottom first so it can get me a nice position. Let's see if I can get her in there. Usually wiggle it around until I feel it. Oh, not quite. Struggling a little bit. Let's see if we can get this one to bite. There you go. I think that's it. Nope, not far enough in. Position this guy, I'll be happy. We got one to start at the top. Let's wiggle this. Get the bottom one started. Alright. So we got both of those started. Let me bring this a little closer. There we go. And let's take her on there. And don't tighten one before you tighten the other. That way you don't offset the caliber. Alright, get those nice and tight. Separate this guy. And let me get a, oh, I think I got my breaker bar out here already. You don't have to use a breaker bar. You can use a 1/2 inch or you can use a 3/8, but the 1/2 inch, definitely go with a 6-point on either. Right tight, left loosey, check your wrench. And let's get her tight. One. That should do it. If anybody has any music, I love listening to music when doing this work because don't have too many people to talk to, but could you leave some descriptions on some non-copyright music to be able to play, from jazz to rap to rock, light rock? I listen to pretty much everything. So yeah. All right, so we got new clips. Not gonna use because I put new clips in here yesterday from the brake pad, so we're just gonna use those again. And let's proceed. That way I can just save those. Don't really have to, but there we go. All right, so these clips, they have a little lip thing right here on there. So you want that to hit up against the side here. So pop it in. And you might need a screwdriver to help assist. And let's see, is the rotor good? The rotor's good. And I'll make sure they're not scraping against the rotor. So we get that on there. That should be great. Okay. Same thing with the top. You got your little offset piece. So this would be this side. That one in. And let's get this side in. Just to have those out the way. There we go. It's missing my spot. All right, so now let's start getting this caliber in. Okay, so you got a crush washer as well. You're gonna have to bleed your brakes. So we're gonna go through all that procedure. And I think I'm gonna keep making these smaller. That might be an 8mm for your bleeder screw. But anyway, let's get it set up. You got 2 crush washers on here. One's gonna go on the back and one's gonna go at the top. So it's gonna be a little, oh yeah, make sure your old one is off on both sides. Sometimes they stick. Oh, damn it. I need that to stay. Oh, gonna be bleeding them anyway. All right, so let's get that off of there. See if I can bang on it a couple times. He is stuck on there. And if not, let me get a screwdriver or something. Might be able to pull it off with these needle noses. All right. There we go. Now, pop my thing again. See if we can get some gravity. A little brake fluid to come out. I was wanting it to stay, but still got to bleed the brakes, so just to keep that from leaking in case it tries to. So this is on there solid. We got our clips in. So let's get this bolting. All right. So you have a hole here to where it's going to line up on your caliper hose. So let's get this guy out. Okay, we got one. One's going to go on the back here. Slide your bolt. Get one here. That one's going to go on here in between this guy. So let's set this here some kind of way. And since I already opened this line, but you're usually not going to do that, but got to bleed it out anyway. So let's go ahead and get this set. Get our bleeder screw or our bleeder crush washer on the side here. It's going to be a little tedious. Twist your body and stuff. So got that there. Let's just get it started and I'll reposition it. See if I can get it started. There we go. And you want to hand tighten this as much as you can. And this spot here, it's a little tedious because of this bracket, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. So slide this up. Let's push that in. Okay, we got her in there. Hold her in place and just start tightening her down. And just make sure it's in that little hole right there. And just keep on going. Let's get some more light in there. Maybe that can go there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got it set. All right. Now it's called a crush washer because you really got to tighten this thing down to make sure it doesn't leak and to make sure that this washer crushes well. Okay, that is a 12 millimeter for that guy, 12 millimeter. And let's get our ratchet, start cranking her down. What they mean by crush washer, let's put this over here, you're really gonna crank it down. So got that started. Now we're gonna flip this back. We got our bleeder screw over there. So let's just set this up. Actually, we're gonna get the pads in there too. So let's just set everything up. We're gonna leave that there for now. We're not finished crushing that back. I do believe I knocked out one of my clips. Yes, I did. Let's pop that back in. And that looks great. Let's get these pads to sit back in there. This one. This side over here. And that's two. Got our pads to sit. And let's continue working with this caliper. Flip this around. Let's get her over the pads and position our rubber boots. All right, so now we got that. Take our top bottom, work her in. Come on, baby. Let's position this a little better. See if we can get her to slide in. There we we go. Got one to slide. They're not worn, so it's a little tough to work with stuff. You might have a easier time getting it back in. Like that one went in, no problem. All right, so we got this set up. We're gonna go ahead and tighten everything down, and everything else we're gonna proceed from bleeding, and I'm gonna have to show you how to do it while you're by yourself, okay? Go back to our 17. Make sure it is. And let's proceed. Don't tighten one before you tighten the other all the way. At least get them close enough, then tighten them. And use a 6-point so you don't mess up your hardware. You can use what you want, but I recommend a 6. All right, got that on there good. Let's switch back to our other ratchet so we don't mess up our impact. Ratcheting wrench. I think that's it. Yep, that's on there good. So, yep, that was on there good too. So, now, let's proceed to getting ready to bleed this guy after we get this lock washer on. Sometimes you might have to readjust it. So, let's see what we got. 14 millimeter. Nope, that's not the correct one. We have a 12 millimeter for that guy. Grab our 12. Right tighty. Let's tighten her on up. And it's going to crush itself. I'm using a 12. Come on, baby. Stay on there. I think we got us trying to strip on me. So it might be a 11. Let's double check. Definitely don't want anything to strip. All right, so we switch down to the 11. Let's see if we got a better. Yep, it's 11. It's always good to verify. The old bolt on the old caliber was a 12. So glad I didn't round it off. But they need to quit changing these bolts. All right, let's see if we got a good shine on that. And just keep screwing it. All right. And let's keep screwing it. That should get tight enough. And we'll know in a minute. Let's get what we need for that guy. I do believe it's an 8 millimeter. All right, Mr. 8 millimeter, where are you, friend? Should be an 8. I'll use, well, that's a 5/8. It looks close. Yep, 5/8. 5/8. Hopefully that's showing up. Okay, so 5/8 bleeder. Very tidy. We're gonna loosen it up some. Yeah, 5/8. And it's probably an 8 millimeter as well. Let me get an 8 just to make sure. That's a C. Yep, 8 millimeter. All right, so I got this one so when it squirts out I can see it versus this one is closed so I can't see it when it squirts out. So let's tighten her back up a little bit and we're gonna mash the brakes down. So gotta bring you guys with me. Take off these gloves. All right, so we're gonna go in here, we're gonna mash this down. Make sure you got a pole or something that's kind of stiff. Let me get my good old wood stick. So I'm gonna use this for my driver's seat and just mash it up against there so we can see what's going on. But you're gonna pump your brakes. Let's go over here and we're gonna hold it to the floor. All right, so we got that there set up. Mash the brakes 3 times and hold. 1, 2, and I usually just set it up against the seat right here and have have it hold it for me. Let's see if we can find a good spot. That should be good enough right there. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay, that looks like that's gonna hold. All right, so we got that there. Let's go back over here and see if we get some fluid. And I hope we do when I release this 8mm. Quit moving stuff, I'll be happy. So we tightened it up. And if we don't get any fluid yet, it means we got to crush our washer some more. And we're not getting any fluid yet. So let's crush that down some more. Okay, let's press that some more, see what we get this time. So I showed you what we were doing with that, so I'm gonna do it again this time. And every time you pump, you're gonna want to close this. So 1, 2, 3 while it's closed. Keep that down, mash to the floor, which I showed. I'll show it again. But let's see if I get any fluid after pumping it this time. I'll just leave that door open. It's not going to bother anything. All right, let's see if we get some fluid now. Anything? Nope, nothing yet. Let's tighten her back up again. May have got some. Nope, haven't. Let's tighten her up some more. All right, got that tight. Let's keep going. Alright, so we got that mashed down. And while you're doing this, once you start getting fluid, you gotta make sure you have fluid in your reservoir. And definitely check to make sure you're putting the right fluid in. Not worried about the length of time on this video. I don't want to make it fast and have any issues. So, and we going with .3. So always verify you got the right brake fluid. And we're using .3, so let's grab some .3. But yeah, you definitely, while you're bleeding it, you don't want to run out of fluid because you will be rebleeding the brakes. Because air is going to get back in your lines, and it's not fun to have to do the same job if you don't have to do it twice. So yeah, so let's make sure we're topped off with .3. All right, let's fill her up. All right, so we got it full. Cover this up so we don't spill any. All right, hopefully we get some fluid this time. Oh, I heard some air. Yeah, we got a little fluid coming. So now we don't have to touch this crush washer anymore. So I'm gonna tighten this back up. Don't have to be real tight, just a little bit. And I'm about to pump the brakes so we can start bleeding this guy. And it'll definitely squirt out. So let me move my pen out right there. I think that's a good angle on the pen. So let's back this up some so everybody can see a little better. All right, top this wheel as well some more. There we go. Let's give 3 more pumps. got that down. Let me tighten up my driver's side a little more. Got a little leakage over here. Don't want that to leak until I get on this caliper. Right. Now that's not going to do anything but let more air in the system. All right, so let's bleed this guy out. You want to see as much air going as possible. Okay, leave that tight for a minute. Let's go pump it again. It's a lot easier when you got a friend. Still leaking on this side, so let's top her off some more. Alright, we're good there. Alright, now we should be getting fluid quite a bit out, okay? So, got nothing but fluid right now. But you want to do this process at least 3 or 4 times to make sure there's no air in this at all. So about 3 or 4 times, make sure you do your crush washer. But yeah, this is how you change the caliper. So just want to make sure your brakes are bled. Don't let your reservoir empty out, because you're going to get more air in the system and you'll be doing this procedure again as far as the brake bleed. But this one's almost done. But that's how you change the caliper and the line to transfer it over. So yeah, 2011 Mazda CX-9 touring. So hopefully this video helps you out. I'm gonna add the video from the previous installation of the brake caliper and stuff, just to show it come off the rotor and everything. But hopefully this video helps you out, and until the next time, I'm out.